In this video, I want to tell you guys about two FIO hybrid IMs. They're FH series. The first one is FIO FH7s, the newer one. It is the mid-range, upper mid-range hybrid IM from FIO, growing over the FIO FH7. This is the FH7s. This one has one dynamic driver and four BA drivers. This is supposed to slot in between the FH5 and the FIO FH9. The FH9 uses one dynamic driver and six BA drivers and is the flagship from FIO hybrid lineup. This is the supposed to be the bigger guy here. Now you guys can see both have very similar kind of design to them. You guys can see these vents kind of similar, but I'll be talking about the differences here. They are kind of apparent. They are not exactly uh, that subtle or anything like that. This one has a different tuning. This one has a different tuning. FH9 is more V-shaped. This one is slightly less V-shaped, and how we will discuss about that. Now, before that, let's have a look at the visible differences here. You guys can see this cable. This is a decent cable too. You guys can see 4 core. How many cores are they? I think it is 6, but this one FH9 has 8 cores, much thicker. You guys can see the cable is much thicker than the FH7. Not exactly better, maybe better, but this one has a thicker, more premium kind of cable to it. You guys can see plastic bits used here while it has metal, so the difference is there. And another big difference is that while these cables are modular, this one doesn't have 2.5 mm. FH7s 7s doesn't have 2.5 mm module with it, while the FH9 has 2.5 mm module with it. So that is a big difference too. If you are using a 2.5 mm source, then this one is a slightly better deal. But then again, these cables aren't the best. You guys can get a better cable if you spend slightly more, like $100. You guys can get decent cables. These cables are okay-ish. They're not great. They are doing their job. They will pair better with some other IM maybe, but this cable especially is not exactly a great match with the FH9. You can ask a lot of FH9 users who have switched cables. They will tell you that this FH9 isn't exactly a great pairing with this cable. They prefer some copper kind of stuff with this. But in any case, if we leave that alone, you guys can see both are very similar when it comes to construction and stuff. There isn't a lot of differences when it comes to size either. Very similarish. You guys can see contoured body, metal shell, uh, back design is fairly similar too. There isn't a lot of differences here either. Kind of similar kind of shell, while this one is more curvy, this one is angular. You guys can see the back vent are kind of similar too, but they are different when it comes to the sound quality. Now FH9, there are a lot of admiration for the FH9. This one can be called as the baby Mest Mark II, even a sole successor to the OG Solaris. Solaris was decent, but this one is a better Solaris. This one is not as aggressive, as screechy, as closed in as the OG Solaris first gen, that I mean, not the 2020. Now this one is very good at being a V-shaped IM. Good mid bassy, upper bassy punch is there. The punch and weight is there. It does have decent definition. There is no lack of definition. But the FH7s is my pick with the bass too. This one is a bit more softer, has a bit of sub bass presence, better sub bass presence. Extension is slightly better. FH9 is decent with the sub bass, but this one is better and is on the softer side. This one is slightly on the harder side. FH9 is definitely is a bit on the harder side. Both have very good definition. This one is slightly slower. Slowness is giving it the softer kind of feeling. This one is slightly on the faster and slightly on the harder side. Both have similar definition and details, no issues with the definition or details or transparency or anything like that. Base is decent, but I'll pick the FH7s. Now when we move on to the mid range, that's where the biggest difference is. This one is slightly unnatural with the timber. The timber is slightly metallic. There is a bit of lack of emphasis. It doesn't have great tonality or timbre, and the lack of emphasis with vocals is slightly bothering, while this one 2 is there. But while the FH9 is V-shaped, there is a big drop. FH7 has a U. Okay, that the drop is not that aggressive, and vocals are slightly better, a bit more balanced. They do not feel they are being compressed or anything like that. They are a bit more open. There is good amount of air in there too, and they feel decent. This one has more transparency with instruments for sure. The transparency of instruments and attack of FH9 is not available with the FH7s. This is much more comfortable, is slightly on the less aggressive side. Sounds very good, aptly detailed, but not as much transparent as the FH9. Now moving on to the treble region, I'll have to say FH9 has some of the best treble energy. If you like your treble energetic, then you will love the FH9. It is very energetic. It has plenty of details there too, and taller notes too. Now then, FH7 isn't exactly aggressive. It isn't trying to belt out the highest amount of details or anything like that. It is more musical, more enjoyable. It doesn't try to be very detailed either. It is slightly darker in the upper treble region, but well tuned. I'll have to say, even though FH9 is the most capable few IM, the technicalities and details are very good. I'll have to say FH7s is the best or most well-tuned IM from Fio. It is not aggressive, not trying too hard. It is musical, good bass, good mid-range, treble is nice, and the stage strangely is more expanded. I find the sonics of this to be more expanded than the FH9. FH9 is decent with sonics. Sonics is good, but the stage isn't exactly big. This one is slightly bigger. I find it to be slightly bigger. Now both are very good IMs. If you have FH9, you might not need to switch to the FH7s, but if you do not have the FH9 and want something musical, very fun to listen to, less fatigue kind of IM, then FH7s is a great option. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy.